To the Academic Council of Malayan Colleges, Mindanao, good day. My name is Daryl Shane U. Gravador, and I am here to present to you my course project for LDT200x with the title English for Academic and Professional Purposes, an Addie Redesign. In this presentation, I will be doing two things. First is to give to you the overview of the course or the subject area and the discussion of the redesign process for the English for Academic and Professional Purposes course or EAPP course following the Addie model. So English for Academic and Professional Purposes is one of the specialized courses that learners from the senior high school department will encounter. Now, this is a branch of the English subject, and they will be encountering a general academic writing course. So here, students are introduced to the different tenets of academic writing, and we are going to focus on academic texts such as reaction papers, position papers, concept papers, and more importantly, the use of graphic organizers for the presentation and interpretation of research results. So this is a course that is heavy on student outputs, and as such, we are going to put in place numerous performance-based assessments. So this is a skills-based course, and this is one that tackles one of the four basic macro skills, and that is writing. So to give you a context in terms of the implementation of this redesign process, the advent of the pandemic is upon us, and in our transition to the fully remote learning modality, changes have been implemented to the teaching of this course, and with those changes, certain circumstances have arisen in the implementation. And as such, based on the feedback given by the students in the previous school year and the initial talks between the two faculty members handling the course, myself included, we agreed that much modifications need to be done to the course to make sure that the teaching and learning experiences are carried out in a more efficient manner. And as such, this is English for Academic and Professional Purposes 4.0. This redesign is inspired by the Addie model, where we begin with the analysis phase. So in the analysis phase, there are three steps which I am proposing. First is the review of the most essential learning competencies or MELCs issued by the Department of Education. And this is followed by the audit of the materials which the students found most useful in the previous implementation of the course. And this includes the PowerPoint presentations, the PDF files, and other instructional materials such as lecture videos uploaded in Blackboard. Finally, we will also determine the list of sections assigned to each teacher to determine the kind of materials that they need to prepare for the rolling out of the course. Now, this is important because each strand will have a different set of materials and assessments. And with this means that there is also a different approach to teaching the course based on the student's strand. So this variation is crucial for the subsequent phases, which begins now. The second step is the design phase, and this is where the general framework of the course is created by the faculty members or the course designers, and we will begin with the creation of the course outline. And this is where I usually begin the design of the course. The course outline is useful both for teachers and students, as it helps them to come up with a general idea as to the flow of the course and the content of the course. I doubt students would want to look at a syllabus, so a course outline will prove to be a more condensed version of the syllabus, but is also equally helpful. So once the course outline is done, or the draft of the course outline is done, this is subjected to deliberation by the teachers handling that course. So this is where we provide initial feedback regarding the course design or the course outline, and the initial modifications are also implemented here, or what we know more commonly as formative evaluation. So once the modifications and the formative evaluation is done, the teachers can now proceed to the creation of the course syllabus. And the course syllabus is also the stepping off point for the next phase. Now, to give you an example of the course outline, here is one that I prepared for the previous implementation. This was for school year 2020 and 2021. Now, if you want, you can just pause this video and take a look at the components. But here you will see the guideline or the guide that this course outline provides both to the teachers and the students. So talking about the stepping off point, we now proceed into the development phase. Now in the development phase, this is where we fill in the blanks. So from a general framework, we now proceed into the more specific activities that we will be conducting in the duration of the course. So in this phase, the learning materials or the specific learning materials will be uploaded in Blackboard Ultra. However, these materials, these assessments will have to be filtered out depending on the strand of the students. So all materials will be uploaded. However, we will be employing adaptive release so that the materials meant for STEM students will be accessed only by the STEM students. This way, we create a contextual or a contextualized and more meaningful learning experience to the students because the materials and the assessments are created and developed specifically to cater to their learning need. So we will not create a general assessment or a general material that students will not find to be useful for their future careers. Okay, it will have to be something which is relevant to their specific field. Now, talking about assessments, with that, we will also be uploading the rubrics, and we will develop and upload the rubrics, which are predominantly teacher-made because our assessments are authentic assessments. So therefore, the rubrics will have to be made by the instructors themselves. And of course, rubrics are deliberated upon and refined by the teachers as well. So in the development phase, we will also test out the course as instructors, and we check for inconsistencies and we try out the submission links. We make sure that we create less mistakes, and we always try our best to avoid the mistakes, but there are glitches at some point, and these are the ones that we watch out for. Okay, but as much as possible, we make sure that the courses are error-free. So following the development phase, once all the materials have been uploaded, we now begin implementing the course. And this is implemented at the start of the semester. So the course modules will be made available to the students, and each course module will contain 3 things. 1, the introduction to the module. 2nd, the instructional materials. And the 3rd one would be the assessments and the deadlines. Now, from time to time, there will be glitches reported by the students, and as such, teachers will respond to them proactively. Finally, we have the evaluation phase, and there are, as mentioned, there are 2 forms of evaluation, formative and summative. While the formative is ongoing and it is done all throughout the course, there is the summative evaluation that will be done at the end of the course. And this is a 3-fold evaluation scheme. First is the course evaluation survey, which is institutional in nature. Second is the teacher-made student evaluation, which allows the students to also give suggestions for the improvement of the course, and this is done via Google Forms. And then finally, the faculty members will also have to evaluate the course, banking on their teaching experience. Okay, so they will reflect on their teaching experience and somehow suggest improvements to the course. So with that, I believe that would be the end of the Addie model, and also that marks the end of my course project presentation for the redesign of the EAPP course following the Addie model. This has been Sir Daryl Chain, U Gravador. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch my presentation. Good day to all.